It's your boy, and now I'm looking for the second remote, but I don't know where the second remote, and I gotta check now if my volume is working, because sometimes the volume is not working, and we gotta check if the volume is working. So bear with me. It's your boy Abu. We're back with another episode, and today I wanted to talk about the New York Knicks. The New York Knicks have been making an amazing step. First, we gotta use this breaking news. Breaking news, we're continuing to monitor on the NBA front of the trade deadline here today. The New York Knicks are adding a couple of shooters at the deadline, acquiring Burks and Bojan Bognadanovic from the Pistons. That's better than 90% from the free throw line. Bogdanovich averaging for 28 games. For now, even more NBA talk with the deadline here approaching. Our one and only coach Avery Johnson here in studio with us. Only a game and the Cavs versus in the East right now. How do you think this suits and sets them up? They're only able to have to send two second-round draft picks to Detroit, and also they were able to get rid of. Took over this team. So solid work for the New York Knicks and their front office. They were able to include Malachi Flynn in the deal, who they got in the trade from Toronto. So I think this is not a lateral move. This is a B plus trade for the New York Knicks. Is that B plus enough to propel them to have a chance that we can now beat the Celtics in a series, or what do they do? They're not quite on that level yet, but this ensures them that they have a better chance, a high probability to win two series to advance to the Eastern Conference Finals and try to compete with a team like the Boston Celtics. Yeah, injuries happen. We know Julius Randle's been out. So you got to still be able to score the ball as much as they want to play and win with defense. And I know defense wins championships, offense sells tickets. Well, you got to keep selling some tickets to remain in the upper echelon of the Eastern Conference. But I don't think these moves still moves the needle for them to have a better roster and a team than the Boston Celtics. Now, if the Boston Celtics team show up that lost to the Lakers without LeBron James and Anthony Davis, then the Knicks have a chance. Yeah, a lot of teams we've seen trying to kind of jockey for position as we get towards the second half of the season after the All-Star break. Earlier, so you guys hear it? The New York Knicks made a nice little trade. Um, Let me make sure it's your boy. Yo, what's up, bro? See, this mic is on and on. I'm charging the other one, but they both die on me. It's trying to fuck up my flow. So I'm gonna disconnect the mic. See, this mic is on and on, and I'm charging the other one, but they both die on me. It's trying to fuck up my flow. So alright, I'm gonna disconnect the mic.
I'm gonna just make my see this Marcus.
I just did.
I'm charging to everyone. But they both died on me, trying to fuck up my flow. So, alright, I'm gonna disconnect the mic. This Marcus.
I bet. So peep this. Oh, you said what's the difference? The difference between LA and like New York is that in LA, like, or like in California, is God's beauty. New York is man-made beauty. So like in New York, you're embracing like the architecture made by man. You're embracing like the fucking Empire State Building. You're embracing like you don't embrace nature because you could barely see the sky, right? When you come here, you embrace nature. You embrace mountains. You embrace, like the sun. You embrace like the weather. You embrace like the beach. You embrace like, you understand? So it's like you can't even compare it because they both have like this yin and yang in between both of each other. So I would recommend like always people to travel and always see like a state, like a corporation. Like every state is a corporation, and for you it might work this type of thing. For other people, some other thing might work, But like, let me see. Oh damn! I disconnected this shit again. This shit is so flocky. But going back to the Knicks, man. The Knicks made an amazing trade that will fulfill them into the Eastern Conference Finals. Because the Eastern Conference Finals, we're gonna need a lot of guys. We're gonna need when Jalen Brunson gets punched in the face, we're gonna need another big guy that's gonna take over. Now, fucking look at my fat ass. Now, Bojan Bognadanovic, I gotta learn how to say that, and I gotta learn how to fucking spell that weird ass name, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a struggle. But alright. So basically, why I wanted to do this episode is because I wanted to embrace Leon Rose. I wanted to embrace Jalen. I hate how this looks. This shit looks this retarded.
Leon Rose.
So first he moved on from RJ Barrett. As you guys know, RJ Barrett was that guy that was traded after Zion Williamson, who became a fat ass, and John Moran, who became a thug. And that draft as a whole, we was still holding like, yo, at least RJ's not out here embarrassing, or at least RJ's not doing this. But RJ was very mid. RJ was not fulfilling the job that was playing in New York. He was always coming up short. He always had he was very streaky. Like sometimes he had it, sometimes he didn't. And we need a dog, man. We need a dog, and that's why we got Jalen Brunson. Once we brought Jalen Brunson, it was more of a thing of like, yo, like, let's get the Knicks to bring a center that they always wanted. And as we bring the center, let's see what happens, right? First year, they go to the second round of the Eastern Conference, right? They lose to the Miami Heat, but they beat the Cleveland Cavaliers, a team that they always got screwed because they said, oh, they should have had like Donovan Mitchell. They shouldn't have had like Jalen Brunson. So we was already like undermined by the NBA, but we still overachieved, right? But then last year they realized RJ's not in. Randall is good because Randall has done more for the Knicks than Carmelo Anthony has done for the Knicks, in my opinion, right? So Randall deserved to have some type of backup. That's why they got Jalen Brunson. But the man out of this was RJ Barrett. So the Knicks basically move on from R.J. Barrett. They move on for the R.J. Barrett experiment. Then by trading OG Anunoby, right? Who currently we don't know if OG Anunoby is kind of like damaged goods. OG Anunoby is like, bro, like he was playing good. We got a 9 winning streak, and bro just disappeared. So we don't know his status. We don't know nothing. Jalen is also injured, but we don't know nothing about this shit. So then after that, we kind of like bring it into like, okay, let's make Jalen Brunson happy, right? So last year we got his alma mater guy. We got his best friend Josh Hart to come to the Knicks. Josh Hart was very effective at the end of the run, so he's very good at him. But it was his first playoff, so we can never judge, if he really is gonna perform like this all the time, So I feel like I'm like, but this is a different angle. Hold on. Yeah, this is a good angle. Then I have like they build the team around Brunson. Currently, what happened is that the Knicks lost Mitchell Robinson due to an ankle injury. He was supposed to be out for the season, and for some reason, like before the NBA like dismissed the injury because the injury like list, because they wanted to put it in the injured player list, and they were like, no, he actually could play at the end of the season. So we might give Mitchell Robinson. They already starting to do rehab, so he's allowed to run around and see if the ankle could sustain some type of movement. Julius Randle, we thought it was season ending because he dislocated his shoulder. He'll be back in 2 weeks. He'll be back in a week. We've been winning without him. So, Jalen Brunson getting injured. We have this one man step up mentality in which, like, if a man goes down, we don't look back when we don't cry. We just go and say, yo, bro, like, step up. So last night we had a great winning streak, and we were up by 22. And let me see. Let me bring up the Knicks game yesterday. We was up by 22, bro, and Jalen Brunson went down with an ankle overextension, and all of a sudden the game went to a 9-game winning, it went to a 9-point lead, and then it went down to a 3-point lead until or a 4-point lead until let me see what Bobby Marks' reaction to the Knicks and the Pistons. We didn't give no first round.
All right,
pick.
happy Thursday, trade deadline day. I'm in Studio Y. Studio E is where we're doing the show from. It was like basically you're going out fishing, right? Boop, 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 put.
What happened, bro? Bro, they got shy. Damn, bro, they got shy.
We talked about the Heat needing to make a move. They have not. They've stayed quiet. We've seen the Sixers make a move. We've seen the Pacers make a move. What do they need to do, looking at Miami, to make sure that they can get into that conversation, like you mentioned, of wanting to be in that top 4 and getting out of right now? They've been the play.
Yeah, we had the other guy with us on the morning bus. Well, he's not with us now. But I would say the Miami Heat needs to make a move. Sure, they advanced to the finals after playing in the play-in last year. I don't know if they...
All right, happy Thursday, trade deadline day. I'm in Studio Y. Studio E is where we're doing the show from.
Were you recently injured in a car accident? Look at this check for 100 and...
So I don't want to check.
It's like basically you're going out fishing, right? Boop, 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 putting bait out there, nothing. Then this morning, boop, all it does take a couple good bait to get some fish going. So quick video before we get the show on ESPN at 1 o'clock, the trade deadline show. We've seen a bunch of flurries here. Certainly, I want to talk a lot about New York and Detroit, but we saw Rashawn Holmes, and we'll see what draft capital is going the Wizards' way for Daniel Gafford, who's on a really good contract, mid-level type money. Mavericks only had a first and 2 seconds to use in a deal. We'll see what happens there. We saw Philadelphia go under the luxury tax, but also improve their roster in the Buddy Hield trade. We'll see what happens, what else they can do as far as maybe in the buyout market. They still have a bunch of expiring contracts out there. Certainly Robert Covington still kept the powder dry as far as their first they have. They traded out a total of 4 seconds. What else did we see? We're still waiting to see what happens with the Gordon Hayward trade. Hayward has a trade bonus that could hold things up there. He needs to basically amend that for this deal to work. And then, of course, what New York has been doing. I love what New York has done. Bognadanovic, who I thought was worth a first-round pick. They didn't have to trade any first. And Alex Burks, who's shooting 44% from 3. Those 2 players come in. Quentin Grimes goes out, who's got 2 years left on his rookie contract. Evan Fournier, we've circled Fournier all along, who's got 2 years left and a team option for next year. 18 and 19 and change. Ryan Arcidiacono, who's on a veteran minimum, and then Malachi Flynn, who they got in the trade with Toronto, is on the last year of his contract. 4 go out, 2 come in. Burks is on an expiring contract. My phone keeps on like. Burks is on an expiring $10.5 million contract. Bogdanovic's got $20 million this year. Right around 19 next year, but only $2 million is guaranteed.
What?
Trigger date is right before the start of, the trigger date. Let me just pull this up real quick. I'm sorry here.
Yo, Bogdan is cheap as fuck, bro. $2 million guarantee is crazy.
Right, folks, let's see here. The trigger date for Bogdanovic is right before the start of free agency. I think it's June 28th. Don't quote me on it, but it's right before the start of free agency here. So I love it for New York. I think it's...
yeah, we got to extend this thing.
You didn't have to trade a first. You still have your 8. You had 11 seconds. Fine. Move them out there. You get 2 players that can come in right now. Some much needed shooting here. Big wing in Bogdanovic. I was in that New Jersey front office that drafted him. I know him real well. Alec Burks, New York fans are familiar with, has shot the crap out of the ball really well. It gives them some, maybe if they have to flip Bogdanovic in the offseason, it's basically the same as having that Fournier contract, except they don't have to decline that option now. They are the winners so far. Usually when I say they're the winners, it usually backfires. But New York so far, I love what they have done. They have improved their roster. I like what Philly has done because they could have basically waved the flag and basically settled in and wait till Embiid got back. But Buddy Hield gives them some extra shooting. I'm not sure quite what Detroit is doing. They've got some roster maintenance that they need to do. They basically have traded, they've taken back 7. They haven't done the trade calls yet, so there's still some time to figure out what they basically have taken back 7 and traded out 3, and they basically have 19 players on the contract. You can only have 15, so there's still more deals to be moved before Detroit gets on these trade calls here. Bogdanovic, I thought 2 seconds for Burks, but then when you add Bogdanovic into the deal, that is not as much as I thought that they potentially could get, unless they really value Quentin Grimes, who, as I said, is going to be extension eligible, and maybe they think that's kind of equal to a first in there. And so we'll see how that flushes out more. We saw Utah and Toronto make the trade. Certainly Kelly Olynyk and Ochai Agbaji to Toronto for Otto Porter. Kira Lewis Jr., and then a 2024 first, likely. For Toronto, it makes sense. They can talk about Nick Burks for player that was drafted 14 and come in and give you a big wing. And Olynyk goes goes home to Canada, and so that is, basically kind of a 6 minute recap.
Yo, Canada just bringing all their Canadian players back. That is kind of hilarious. Canada's like, yo, let's just reassemble the Canadian team and just just allow them to practice in the team, which is kind of cute. It's kind of cute. Um, Man, the Knicks. We need. I like Precious Ashua. How Precious Ashua has stepped up lately, like with the current injuries. Precious Ashua literally like kept us afloat yesterday. Let me see. Let me see. Everybody in the NBA is like, whoa, what the fuck? The Knicks made a move. It's not, yo, Leon Rose is just a master player, bro. Leon Rose is out here doing it, bro. Leon Rose is doing it, bro. I got nothing but respect to that man. Nah, yeah. Yo, I'm gonna miss Quentin Grimes though. I think the similarities is that there's a lot of money in both cities. Let me see. How's my volume? Let me see. I think the similarities is that there's a lot of money in both cities. Let me see. I'm gonna finish this screen just so I can be Knicks related. I'm gonna start doing more Knicks things because we're playing pretty good.